Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to Cook with April on Tasty Tuesday. Last week you guys loved the episode with April's mom. This week I've got my mom here and we also got Liam as a special guest.
Yay.
Hey buddy. So what are you making for us this week, Mom?
So today we are having Tuscan poached eggs with pan-fried potatoes with onions and garlic.
Dang.
And at the table, you'll see we also have a spinach salad with avocado and onion and a homemade vinaigrette dressing with fresh lemon juice.
And my mom has lots of tips in this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned.
So these are the ingredients for our main dish that we're going to have today. We have organic eggs, chopped up green onions. So that includes the white part and the green part of the green onions. There's about 5 of them here. And about a half of a chopped red bell pepper. And we've got some fresh tomatoes that I chopped up. And we didn't have enough of the fresh tomatoes, so we're also going to use some organic canned diced tomatoes. And these have the Italian herb flavoring because this is going to be sort of an Italian flavor. But we are going to improve it with some delicious fresh basil and some fresh garlic. And this garlic is already smashed, but I'm going to show you how to easily take the peel off, which can be really hard, and talk about why you should smash it first in a minute. And then we're going to put some dry herbs in it too. Some parsley, some oregano, some chili peppers, crushed chili peppers to give it a little bit of zing, and some salt and pepper. So if you've ever had trouble peeling a clove of garlic, it can get really sticky and be hard to peel. I'm going to show you a quick, easy way to do it. You just take a knife, or you can just really take anything that is around easily, then you just smash down on the garlic clove, and you'll see that the peel just comes off really easily in one piece. And then about 10 to 15 minutes before you want to cook with garlic, you should smash it some more and leave it sit before you use it, because that releases a chemical in the garlic called alanine, which is the very potent antioxidant ingredient that helps to protect you against cancer and with cholesterol issues and all that. So always smash your garlic first before you cook with it. First thing we're going to do is dump the red pepper in here. We're going to start that sauteing. I have put some olive oil in here. Just get this going first. I wait to put the green onion in for a few minutes because it doesn't take as long to cook. And then I'm also going to wait a few minutes to put the garlic in, because if you put the garlic in too soon and it gets brown, it will get bitter. So it's better to wait and put the garlic in closer towards the end when you're sauteing. Just give it a minute or two, and that's it. So another hint that I wanted to mention, when you're buying peppers, like red peppers or orange or yellow peppers, look for the ones that have the deepest color, like the deepest red instead of like a really pale anemic looking red, because that will mean that they're riper and have a lot more flavor. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some of the green onion. Just toss that around for a minute or two. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the tomatoes, the fresh tomatoes, not the canned ones yet. And I'm going to add the garlic. Cook this for a few minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the diced tomatoes. Stir those in. Stir it around. And I'm going to go ahead and add some of these dry spices. So I'm going to add, this is a 1 teaspoon measure. So just a kind of, it doesn't have to be exact. And we'll add some parsley. Now, you do want to be a little more careful on the chili pepper. I'm just going to add a little bit because it goes a long way. And we can always add a little bit more. And I'm going to wait to add the salt and pepper until later because these tomatoes are salted. So we want to let it cook a little bit and let the flavors develop and then see how much salt and pepper we want to add. We're going to have a salad with our lunch today too, so I'm going to make a homemade salad dressing. And in this little bowl, we have a juice of a lemon and some Dijon mustard. just about a teaspoon, a little less than a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And then we're gonna pour in the olive oil and whisk it. But I wanted to tell you a good little trick for when you're wanting to get juice out of a lemon. It's a really good idea to roll it like this before you cut it to juice it. And that breaks the cell walls in there and releases a lot more juice. When you're making a salad dressing, it's important to whisk it. So you pour it slowly and whisk it as you're pouring it. And that helps to have it come together nicely. And you can see, that's the other reason to put the mustard in there, because mustard acts as something called an emulsifier. So it allows the dressing to not separate. So you can see how nicely it is come together, and the oil is not separating at the top of it like it does with, oil and vinegar type dressings. Then we're gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper in it, and that's all about you need. We're gonna have some fried potatoes and onions with our lunch today too. So I just chopped up some red onion, kind of coarsely chopped. You can see it's not real small pieces. And we're gonna saute that a little bit. So we have got some Klondike yellow fleshed potatoes here. And I chopped some of these up, and they're gonna go in here with the onion. And we're also gonna add some garlic, but I'm not gonna add that yet. I'm gonna wait, because again, I don't want it to get too done. I'm gonna add that after these get a little more brown. This has been cooking for a little while, so we can get the flavors melding together. And then you kind of want to squish it out, make it a little bit wide, and then you're going to make some holes, and these are where you're going to crack the egg into. So we're just going to kind of make some holes here, like an indentation for the holes. We're just going to crack an egg into the little indentation. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit. We're going to crack another one. Drop that in. And now I'm going to put the lid on. And we're going to let it cook for about 5 to 6 minutes, depending on how well done you like your poached eggs. We like them well done. So now the potatoes have been cooking for a while, and you can see the onions are getting nicely done. A little bit brown potatoes. Now is when we're going to add the garlic, just towards the end. So it'll give it that really good flavor. And I also added a little bit of salt and fresh ground black pepper. So now I'm going to show you how we're going to garnish the eggs. We are going to take some basil leaves. This is fresh basil. And I'm laying them one on top of each other, as you can see. They're a little bit wilty, unfortunately, but that's okay. So we do like this. And then I'm going to roll it up really tightly this direction. And I'm going to do something called a chiffonade. So now we're going to make beautiful little ribbons, cutting very thinly across the little cigar shaped thing that you made, like so. And you can see that you get these beautiful little ribbons. And we're going to put that as a garnish on our eggs. The thing is, you want to make sure not to do this very far in advance, because once you cut basil, it turns black. And so only do this right before you're going to do your garnish. So here's our salad. It's just very simple. We've got spinach and green onions and chunks of avocado. And we're going to use our lemon juice and olive oil salad dressing. Very simple but delicious. Okay, so ours is done. When we poke the yolks, they're cooked. So we're gonna go ahead and eat, and then our potatoes are done too. So our meal is ready. We're going to go ahead and garnish it by putting a little bit of our basil on here. And then we also really like goat cheese. So we're just gonna put a little bit of goat cheese on here. You could use mozzarella cheese or feta if you don't like goat cheese. And we are ready to eat.
All right, so it's ready. I'm gonna do the taste test now. It looks amazing. Wow. Look at this garnish here.
Look at Liam watching you eat.
Liam. It's so delicious, Liam. I gotta say, the basil and the goat cheese on top really adds a lot to it.
Gives it a nice flavor.
I don't usually eat poached eggs. That's the other thing. And it really tastes great.
You know what? I don't usually either. But when I tried this recipe and I made a little bit of a different variation, I just thought it was so delicious.
Oh, and we're supposed to use the bread to like soak up the tomato sauce mixture thing.
The juices.
Liam, do you want some? You want a potato, buddy? He had an avocado for the first time a couple days ago, so now he's like looking at food all the time. Anyways, thank you so much for making this, Mom. It was really fantastic.
Thanks for letting me be a guest on your cooking show.
It was great. It was really awesome.
Fun. I love it.
If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. We also have a daily vlog channel where you get to see Bubby, my mom, and Liam. So and we'd love you guys to subscribe. So we'll see you guys next time.
Tuning in to Cook with April on Tasty Tuesday. Today it's not Cook with April, it's Cook with April's mom. She's actually going to teach us how to make a Filipino